times, and there was this one guy. So I wrestled my entire life. Then there's this one guy there, bald, never grappled in his entire life. He'd been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 months. I struggled against him, and you would think because he never grappled that I could kill him, and I didn't kill him. Everybody else, though, there's people there that smelled purely like marijuana. So high, it's unbelievable. They're fat, so high, and they killed me. Jiu-jitsu's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
That's a big thing in jiu-jitsu, right? Like smoking weed and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
It is a thing.
Yeah, it's what you were saying. What's his name? Taylor's, the guy down in Pittsburgh.
Big Lon.
Yeah, Big Lon.
Yeah.
Lon Wick.
I was just gonna say, Lonnie. Is one of my instructors.
No shit.
Yeah.
He has high rollers.
Yeah.
And every Tuesday at my gym, Lonnie's the instructor for jiu-jitsu.
That's what it's called, high rollers.
So he just came out with like a wick company.
Yeah.
Lon Wick.
Yeah. Dude, I talk to Lonnie a couple times a week.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bob's a big stoner.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are anymore or not.
Lonnie's my boy, man.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd put you in that category anymore.
No, I'm like a once a day type of guy now.
Man,
I
look at
know.
you growing up.
Yeah. Like I'm not high right now.
No, I couldn't tell the difference if you were or not.
I know. That's true. It's true. I'm a very functional stoner.
Good to see you too, Tristan.
I didn't know we had a podcast today.
Well, we made a decision because we've just been getting back, so it's back to once a week. But yesterday yesterday was nuts.
What's today?
I know today is Thursday.
Thursday.
I'm supposed to drill holes for gymnastics today. I
Okay.
got to put everything's done over there, so I'm drilling holes to set the bars.
Sweet.
Yep. Dug a pit, put the pit in. Yeah, it's intense.
Good job.
Good. So much shit has occurred in the past month. I don't even fucking know. I get lost.
I don't know what to recap. I'm already at Black Friday in my head, so
Well, we are doing really cool shit. If you were watching my stories, you saw some of the stuff that we will be doing for Black Friday, which is super exciting. But all right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the HWMF Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Feroce, here with my heterosexual life mate, Bob.
good morning.
Tristan. He said good morning with a head nod. And we also have a new person in the building. He will be here. He is going to be creating a ton of new content for us. Ben.
What's up?
Hello,
He said
Ben.
hello, but he doesn't have a microphone over there. We'll get him one next week.
Shane's fault.
Yeah, Shane. Shane's almost dead.
Yeah,
He's dying.
he is.
He should be alive next week, though.
We're pulling for him.
Yeah, he got the. I don't know if he got the vid.
I don't think it's the vid. I think it's that summer flu that everyone gets.
Bro, everybody got some type of sickness, but the vid will usually take you out, and it didn't. And he doesn't have symptoms of it.
Yeah, weird.
He had the flu, but then now he had like a scratchy throat, and he said he's like tonsillitis like a motherfucker. Like that's what the doctors literally told him.
Okay.
He said he has a super thick throat. It looks like he's super fat. Like you have been eating a lot of hot dogs. It is the summertime, bud.
I was going to say he's not the healthiest eater on the planet. But
Does he not have the most awkward eating habits?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like weird times. Like I start to crave like bad foods end of the week. Like Monday, I'll be like, man, I'm feeling Taco Bell today.
I know.
I never start a week off.
Who
like
does that?
Shane.
Shane.
Yep.
And when we go out to eat or whenever, anytime we went somewhere, he would get the odd thing on the menu.
Big sandwich guy.
Yeah. Sandwich guy. And then, like, remember we went to Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Like lasagna? Like, who the fuck orders lasagna?
Yeah, we went out to like a late lunch.
Yeah. And it was like they had Italian food there because they had fire pizzas.
Yeah.
And then he's over there fucking, he's like, I'll take the lasagna. And we're like, what the fuck did you just
I think we
order?
all shared a pizza, got like a salad, something
Yeah,
late.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Shane fucking lasagna boy.
Full-blown fucking 8x8
Dude,
piece of lasagna.
that was a pound and a half of lasagna.
And he's a big hot dog guy.
Big
he
hot
loves
dog
wieners.
guy, loves Reubens. Big Reuben guy.
Those are odd foods to me.
They are.
Yeah.
Wonder what that is.
Reuben?
Like where that stems from.
I don't know. Like a
Big wiener guy though.
loves hot dogs.
Yeah.
We made him. So we were in Texas. We were in Texas a few months ago, and there was a foot long on the fucking menu. There's a foot long on the menu, and he's like, "Man, that looks." He's like, "If it's on the menu, it's got to be good." And I'm like, And I'm like,
Fucking hot
are
dog.
you fucking kidding me? Who's eating a foot-long hot dog? Sure enough, the second day that we were down there, he's like, I'm ordering it, and got it. I'm like, and Mike's like, new rule. There's a foot-long hot dog on the menu.
You're getting it.
You have to order it. I'm like, this is just outrageously horrible.
Yep.
Yep. We went to the Dodgers game. Couldn't wait to fucking get a Dodger dog.
Yeah. 'Cause Mike also forced that one. Like, he bought it immediately.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And like Shane like scarfed it down because like he's like, I didn't get to put the toppings on it that I
We were
wanted.
rushing.
Yeah, we're running
rushing.
through there. So
Yeah. Yeah, he's an odd one. But I'm hoping he's okay. He'll be
Yeah.
back next week.
yep, he will.
He'll be good. But so much going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
much has occurred. I hope everybody had a great 4th. We had one hell of an All-American Roughneck release. The 5 for 100 slaughtered it.
Yep.
We had thousands and thousands and thousands of orders. The team, bro, them motherfuckers were slanging.
Yeah.
All hands on deck to make sure everybody got their stuff before the 4th.
Mhm.
They did work. They had everything out. Wednesday?
Yeah.
I think Wednesday, or pretty sure Wednesday afternoon, everything was out.
Mhm.
Or at least all of the ones that didn't have any issues
Yeah.
got out on Wednesday.
Yep.
Outstanding. And then from there, it's on the shipping, not our shipping team, but like the carriers
Yeah.
to get it what you needed.
Yep.
Shit show those are sometimes.
Yeah, they killed it. And then we bombarded them with a July 4th sale. So they came right back into that.
Yep.
But
Then we released electrolytes,
yeah.
which, by the way, I was just telling you.
Yeah.
I've been taking electrolytes like a quarter of a scoop in every single one of my shakers.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually drink about 4 a day
Mm-hmm.
before I train. I feel so much better during my training sessions now. It's out of control.
Yeah.
I think that electrolytes might be one of the most underrated things in any type of training,
100%.
whether you're endurance training, bodybuilding training, functional training, CrossFit, you fucking name it. Electrolytes should be in your supplement stack.
100%.
And everybody, whenever we're naming like electrolytes plus, greens plus, reds plus, whenever that plus is on there because we have more than just that ingredient in there.
Right.
It's more than just that. Just as a heads up, a lot of people were asking like the plus, and I'm like, it's because there's more than just in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in here, we have trace minerals, we have coconut water, we have taurine, we have more than just the electrolytes in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this is another reason people shit the bed during their workouts.
100%. I mean, I talked about on my stories that day. Everyone was like sending in questions on
Oh,
my
yeah,
IG.
yeah.
And I mean, a lot of times when we hit that wall in the gym,
Yes.
it's not from lack of food. It's not from being tired from your day. You are underhydrated.
100%.
And you can drink a gallon and a half of water a day. It is not going to replenish the essential things you need for energy.
This is something that in bodybuilding, this was always big with Hani having a trainer
Yeah.
and keeping regulated with your minerals,
Yep.
your salts,
Mhm.
your sodium, potassium. All these things in your body need to be regulated. And when I mean regulated, they need to be consistent.
Yeah.
Regulated does not mean kept low. What by regulated, I mean consistent throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, like whenever you work out, you take a piss or you take a shit, you're eliminating things from your body.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have your minerals in there.
Right.
Whenever you get diarrhea, the reason you feel drained is because you have nothing left in your body. You're pissing out your ass, which you're losing a ton of vitamins and minerals. Whenever you take a piss, vitamins and minerals. Whenever you're sweating, there's minerals. You need to make sure that you're replenishing yourself with them. I underestimated those greatly.
Well, yeah, and I mean, especially summertime, like if you guys are working manual labor jobs in the sun all day, drinking iced tea, drinking water, and hey, Gatorade is not the same as this, guys. Gatorade has a ton of bullshit in it.
Yes.
A ton of unneeded, low quality sugars.
Yes.
It has electrolytes in it, but two completely different products, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the same as Gatorade, even though it tastes delicious and you need it. This is something that, like, even I do a quarter of a scoop. And so one scoop pretty much throughout the whole entire day, quarter scoop and 4 of these a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then before my workout, I do a half a scoop in my pre-workout.
Yeah.
Or I'll do a half a scoop in the grind if I'm doing a functional workout and just sip on it. Before I get started, probably drink a quarter of it. And then I'll drink the rest of it during the workout. And then maybe another half a scoop when I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's on top of me staying regulated with all my sodium throughout the day as well.
Right.
Very underestimated product. I think you as an endurance athlete are very well aware of it. I think that bodybuilders can benefit huge from electrolytes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Massive. Like people crank the salt in their pre-workouts for more of a pump.
Yeah, blood flow.
Which I did. Yes, it was like a little secret of the trade, all that shit. But this will make sure you don't shit the bed. Like that's the whole purpose of them.
100%. I mean, I use it excessively, but I wanted to bring up, I do a sweat test like 3 or 4 times a year, and it goes out to a lab. So what you do is you wear this gauze pad on your arm and you train for an hour. Doesn't have to be like a vigorous training session, just 60 minutes of training.
Uh-huh.
You weigh yourself before and after, take this swab off, send it to the lab, and they tell you how much salt, chloride, potassium, magnesium, how much you're losing per hour.
All those minerals.
So for me, the last test I did, it was a mild 60-minute cardio session. No more than you would do, no more than any other person would do in the gym. Same effort, right?
Just working out.
I was losing 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of sodium per hour. Just a mild 60-minute workout. I lose a ton. You might be completely different. Kim is way different.
Kim's different?
Kim loses maybe 700 milligrams.
And you're losing how much?
3,000 to 4,000 per hour. That was just in a mild workout. And it has nothing to do with like how much fluid or how much you sweat, because there's heavy sweaters out there.
Yeah.
But you might just be losing fluid. Then others like me lose a ton of fluid and a ton of salt. And
yeah, you're a big
sodium.
sweater. I'm a huge sweater.
It's insane. But everyone's a little bit different. I found out that I need excessive.
What's something like that cost?
It's $115 to get it done. And once you get it done one time, you don't ever really have to get it done again unless like the climate is like super hot or it's super cold.
Your environment changes.
Yeah, right. So like it gives you the calculation. So like if you extend that workout, say it's 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, you have the formula on this spreadsheet that says this is what you have to adjust. If it's this much hotter,
It's just like an Excel spreadsheet that just adds everything up.
Super, super easy. It's called Levelin, Levelen or something like that.
There's too many
Levelin.
letters for me to do.
Yeah, I spelled that wrong too. We'll put it in the bio.
Yeah, we'll put it somewhere. Ben will fucking take that clip and make sure people understand it and see it, and then they'll be like, that was not how you spell it.
Yeah.
It's a good try, though. It sounded right. Sorry.
Yeah, but I guess my point being is you don't need to go get this test, but just for me, a 60-minute workout, which is pretty typical for most of us,
yeah,
how much I was really losing blew my mind.
Well, this is that thing. This is a topic that Ben and I were jotting down, like different videos we want to start filming. But having all this scientific information is tremendous. I think it's super important to have the scientific information, okay? Because whenever you're doing any type of intense training or you are going to go try and do something pretty intense, pretty incredible, let's so to say, you have to say, fuck the science.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're going to be like, okay, I'm going to push a threshold here that no scientist is going to say is a good idea.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like, no, you shouldn't do that. That's dangerous. That's why I'm doing it, bud. But to have the information to make sure that you're like, hey, this is where your levels are. This is what's known as to be safe. This is where you can push your body, all this. But then there's some point you're like, well, I'm going to literally push myself to the point that I might pass out. Or I do pass out. Oh, that's not safe. Yeah, fuck you, dickhead. I don't want it to be safe. I want to see what the fuck I'm capable of doing.
Yeah, for
sure. You know what I mean? So, but to be able to have this information like this would be able to let you know where you need to make sure that you're nourished and hydrated. Like how much so you need to be able to push that next level.
Right.
Because whenever you have a grasp on this, if you have a better grasp on this, that'll be able to make you actually let you push you harder.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't have a grasp on this might be your Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I think about the guys that are like roofers and construction guys that are out in the sun for 10 hours a day.
Oh, dude, and they're degenerates.
Bro, well, yeah, and like how, like I actually saw it in the Facebook group, someone saying, you know, how do how do you have energy after a 10-hour laboring day in the sun? How do you have the energy to go to the gym? And dude, most of the time it's what we just talked about with these electrolytes. I mean, you can be drinking as much fluids as you want when you're out there on the job, but like one hot day on the job is putting you behind for like 2 days.
And becoming acclimated to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like it's like what I learned about hiking shape, like mountain shape. Motherfuckers are in a different type of shape out there hiking mountains.
Fuck yeah.
Same thing with you. Like you're in a different type of shape. Same thing with me. I'm in a different type of shape. Same thing with CrossFitters or bodybuilders. It's like you're just in different type of shape, and that's part of the process of working. So when you're out there, though, if you're out on a roof for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, but you better make sure that like you have enough to eat and enough to drink.
Yep.
And it's like, well, if you still don't feel great, oh, then you're not doing a good job of the first two. It's not like there is no calculation for how much water, fluids, anything like that you're losing other than taking the next step and doing a salt test like you did.
Yeah, right.
Finding all that information out. But I mean, it's kind of that thing like Rich Piana said. If you're trying to get bigger and you think you're eating enough and you're not getting any bigger, eat more. Literally, that's the bro science portion of it all, you know?
Yeah.
And they call it bro science because there's no book on any of this information. You literally have to trial and error your own body.
Yeah.
That's all bro science is trialing and erroring your own body. This didn't work. Man, this was great. Okay, cool. Jot it down. Now you're running an experiment. And it's you, a bro, not a scientist, not a fucking college graduate or anything, but you can figure things out as long as you fucking document it.
Yeah.
Bro science.
It's legit.
Which still works.
It does.
My entire fucking career is built on bro science.
Every one of my races is built on bro science.
And that's why it's like people demean it or make it sound like these fucking dumb meathead dickheads. It's like, well, yeah, but not really. Because as long as I document how something made me feel, every single piece of information that I did, the amount of foods I ate. Well, I don't need to be a scientist to know that I ate 10 ounces of chicken and fucking 10 ounces of sweet potatoes, and this in each meal. As long as that's documented, document my weight, I document my training session, I document how I feel, I document every little piece of my day, how I slept, what injections I took, what time I took them, what orals I took, how much fluid I ingested. I document all that shit. Motherfucker, you are running a science experiment. You are not a scientist, though. You are a bro. Bro science. You're not a fucking dumb meathead pissing in the wind. You're actually calculated about everything. And you can find out a whole lot about yourself. You can find out a ton of information about yourself. And then you'll continue to excel. You'll realize why you shit the bed in this workout and not that workout. You know, and even document everything. It goes back to having a good day or a bad day mentally. Like that can play a role too. Like there's so many different things. So,
I mean, that's the fun in it, I think, too. Like once you finally figure it out and you're like, oh, okay, there's that edge that I was missing the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
You know,
that's the reward. Like I can specifically remember times of training when I'm like, I was just firing on all fucking cylinders. There's old pictures I can look back and just be like, fuck, I remember that specific time. I remember what I was taking. I remember how I was eating. I just remember it all because it was, for some reason, it's literally burned into my head. And it was because of probably how I felt. It felt wild. Times whenever I was posing that I was just fucking like, I can feel every fiber in my legs. Yeah. Man. It was crazy. And it was ugly too a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, that, I mean, when you get to that game of like inches, not even inches, just like little tweaks affect a look or a performance. I mean, it's pretty wild.
The body is the most incredible thing on the planet because it is so durable yet so delicate.
Yeah.
So durable. Like think of what you're doing. So durable. Let's swim, bike, and run all day long. See how that goes. So durable. However, it's so delicate because one false move with your food or one thing goes wrong, your whole entire Ironman is fucked. one little thing could go wrong. You could eat something and fuck your belly up a little bit. And it's like all of a sudden you became the frailest bitch on the planet.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you're a goddamn Iron Man. It's pretty crazy,
Yep.
right?
Weight just plummets for no reason. You're like, oh shit.
So you're so durable yet so delicate.
Yep. I know what one alcoholic beverage does to my body now.
Yep.
Like literally one drink Thursday afternoon, one drink, one whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I know I will not perform Friday morning the way I should.
Absolutely not.
Like literally one drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. It is fucking wild. That's what I mean. And then all of a sudden, you're this, and then there's fucking complete alcoholics out there, and you're like, how the fuck are you still alive?
Yeah.
How are you alive? You drank a fucking half gallon of vodka today.
Durable.
It's true. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I look back and it's like how durable. Like we're saying all this, and it's like think of I did the live not the live, the questions on my phone, dude.
Yeah.
I had fucking so many of them, but once I started answering some of the fucked up steroid questions, bro, I probably had another 600 of those flood through.
Mm-hmm.
We could go through and answer a couple, but the one was asking about like. I could tell they were young people without even like looking at their pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They were asking about injection sites and they were asking about like infections and issues like that. And I was like, there is such an influx of young people taking gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, it scared me yesterday because we look at all these people, young people on the internet. They're all young guys. They look semi-natty,
mm-hmm.
but like everybody knows. It's like all of a sudden the internet became a bunch of fucking idiots, but they're not. They're just young.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, natty or not. And I'm like, didn't we play this game like 7 years ago, 8 years ago? And I'm like, oh, they're all new young people to the scene. Mm-hmm. And then all these new young people are like, I'll never do steroids. And they're like 18-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And then they get to like 20. That means they like went to college or started getting around older people, that 22 and 24-year-olds, and all of them have been sauced for 2 years now. And they're like, I didn't think you did this stuff. Yeah, dude, it's cool. It's okay. You can just do a little bit and you'll be cool. Like, that's what's occurring.
It is, yeah.
Because that's how it works. How do I know? I'm not a fucking idiot. I lived it.
Happened to every one of us.
Every single person.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Oh, I just take testosterone. That's another fucking subject.
Yeah.
They think that's steroids. And I'm like, again, I got a bunch of questions about that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, all these different and SARMs and all this, and then before you know it, they're like, fuck it, I should just take the Anavar. But if I just take Anavar, nobody will really know I'm taking steroids because there's no injection site. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'll just take the orals. How many times did you hear people say, I just want to do orals. I don't like needles. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. But they're natty. Like,
and way worse for you.
Depends on how you do it now, but
Yeah,
I don't
true.
fucking
Yeah.
chew a hole through your liver.
Yeah.
But got a ton of questions about it all, and it was just like kind of an eye-opening, a realism came across where there's a lot of young people that are going to start taking shit or already are, and have no fucking clue what they're doing. And then like all these internet guys that are talking about, like Derek from More Plates, More Dates, super intelligent guy, so intelligent that he makes other people think they're smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when you watch his videos, you're like, man, I am smarter. And you're like, Derek's fucking a savant, okay? You are not. You're just Joe, and it's okay that you're not, but you can get some education from it, but you're not a scientist now. Because whenever you go to take steroids or you go to do something, it's not going to go the way that a video explained it. Mm-hmm. Like I could tell you to go take fucking 500 milligrams of test. Okay, go do that. So you go take the test. Well, how do I take it? Oh. So now we're breaking it down. You just put it in your shoulders. Where should I put it in my shoulders? I'm just going to put it like right in the middle of my shoulders. Yeah, do that. Let me know how that goes. Mm-hmm. I'll sit here and wait. Which size needle should you do? Should I aspirate it? Should I put both cc's in this shoulder, or 1 and 1, or should I do like a half on this day and half here, and then 3 days later do half and half? What size needle again? Like how long? That's super long.
Where do you get it from?
How do I get it? So all of a sudden, taking 500 milligrams of test turned into what? A full-blown science experiment. Mm-hmm. Now, you are going to have to trial and error everything along that. And let me tell you, that's just you not even knowing the type of testosterone that you got. Did you take testosterone cypionate, testosterone anthate, testosterone propionate? Where'd you get it from?
Is it a blend?
Or is it a blend? Yeah. Is it like a sust? Or is it like a homemade blend from Jimmy down the road? Jimmy said is great. What's the what type of oil did they use? Well, you know that it's not all going to react the same in your body. So now all of a sudden taking 500 milligrams of test turned into this holy fuck moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it isn't that simple. There is a huge learning curve to all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of them. Like thinking of that, just that whole scenario I said, I remember injecting T400 into an ass cheek. I took a half a cc of T400 with a half a cc of Deca, 200, into an ass cheek, and my ass cheek swelled up 3 times the size it was because T400 is downright nasty.
Mm.
It doesn't exist anymore. It was cool. I thought it was a great idea.
What was that? Just test 400? Like
400
milligram cc's? Holy shit.
400 milligram per cc.
My God.
It was a little intense. I thought it was, saving money.
Yeah.
It was cheaper. Right. It fucked me up. I will never do that again. And I'm like, well, I need to save money. Test 200 is more expensive than any test with, 300, So you should take probably the one that's better quality. Yeah, it's more expensive. I don't have that kind of money. It's $15 more per bottle. Yeah, I need 3 bottles. Oh, $45. Go sew your dick on OnlyFans and get your $45. Cut the shit. Yeah, super crazy. But it's things like that. Like that, it was an eye-opening thing whenever I saw it. I'm like, man, a lot of young people and really don't have any idea. Like, You'll be like, okay, whenever you get an infection, my protocol was fucking 400 milligrams ibuprofen around the clock every 4 hours. Because you can't go to the doctors and be like, hey, I got an infection in my shoulder from injecting steroids. That's not going to go well, bud. He's not going to do anything for you. And why is it a bad hit or is it an infection?
Right, yeah.
What's the difference? Well,
huge difference.
Dude, there's so many things that come into play on this, and trial and error is the only way, and it's super scary because it's super fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And we all like to pretend that it's not. It is super fucked up.
It is.
Like bodybuilding is way fucked up. And everybody portrays everybody to be like really cool and level-headed whenever they're not.
Dude, no way.
No.
Right? Bro, to look like that, the things you got to do to your body to look like that, you are not okay. You are not normal.
No.
You're not conservative.
No, no, dude. Right?
Mm-hmm. I still think it's amazing. It's so fucking cool to see.
That's what I mean. It's like not taken away. We're not taking away. It's just the reality of it. And like, I don't think nobody who's on the internet, and that's what we were talking about yesterday, was like, I think it needs to come back to like, hey, get your fucking shit together, everybody. This is fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. And it's fun, and we love it, and it's super popular because it's intriguing. It makes you feel a way that you are not getting any other feeling any other place. That's why you do things. That's why we all do certain things, is because we are not able to obtain the feeling that we get from that, whatever it is we're doing, whether it's wrestling or jiu-jitsu or Ironman or bodybuilding, training, whatever it is you're doing, you get a feeling from what you're doing that you love so much that you're like, I'm in. And there's no taking away from it. Like, that's what you do. You're into it. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But just need to be real with it. Like Ironman, you can't go do an Ironman and not take it serious.
No, you gotta be in it.
Or be a white belt and go like, hey, I want to do jiu-jitsu with a black belt.
Hmm.
You are going to get fucking mangled.
Yeah.
I would love to try that.
Yeah.
I would like to. I don't think I'd be very good at it.
I'd like to. Actually, I have no interest in training like any martial arts or anything like that. Well, I'm interested in it. I think it's it's super cool to watch. I'd like to see how my conditioning stands up.
Oh.
Like amongst conditioning in that. Because dude, I put myself through the ringer 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how that holds up.
I'd have to say, on a scale of like never doing it,
mm-hmm.
like you never do jiu-jitsu, but you are in peak conditioning
mm-hmm.
out of fucking every person on the planet, I'd probably say that you would do incredibly well your first time.
Yeah.
For your first time, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that what would tax you would be your heart rate getting elevated from getting fucking. Your heart rate's going to jump because there's an arm around your neck,
Yeah, right.
not because like you're out of shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
hey, I'm going to fucking jab you right in the ribs, and your heart rate's going to fly through the roof. There's no. I don't think there. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can explain.
I mean, in a way, yeah.
Do you think that your heart rate is going to go up more from getting hit or being put in like an uncomfortable position rather than like cardiovascularly?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, I guess even like the fear of the unknown with those things would be enough to elevate my heart rate, you know?
I'm starting to sweat thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the grappling part that will really get you. So in MMA, like obviously you'll get tired from striking, but it's the grappling part that's really going to make you tired.
What, and your heart rate obviously increases because that's what it does. But
Yeah.
would you say like whenever you get, I mean, I'm like in a fight, whenever you get punched or kicked, like just a street fight, or you get into it, your heart rate's through the roof. You know what I mean? Then there's a huge adrenaline drop. In grappling, I think you guys are able to control that more.
Yeah, I mean, it's all with experience too, right? So it was funny when I was wrestling Corey. He's obviously much stronger than me, but it's the same thing because of wrestling, I can out muscle him. So it's the same with cardio too. It's you got to know how you're using your body, and with you, obviously, you'll be in like incredible shape, but because you may not know how to use your body correctly, it'll get you tired faster.
Sure. Yeah. That
So I
makes
think
sense.
that's what it'll.
Yeah, grappling shape, mountain shape, cycling shape.
Because, dude, even like when I lift weights still like twice a week, 3 times a week, I get more out of breath lifting weights than I do like hammering a 10-mile run.
And I mean, and it's true because whenever you're lifting weights, your heart's being used differently.
Yeah. Yeah, like step ups and shit. Like my heart, like I'll be like, how am I dying right now? Like
Really?
I just trained for 6 hours yesterday and did 20 step ups and like get done and like my heart rate's through the roof. And I'm like, that's so fucking odd to me that
It is crazy.
like I'm out of breath, heart rate's up.
I mean, I to be honest, right now, my training, like I took some time off after the Idaho hunt because we
Yeah.
came home super busy with AAR. Still do my cardio, still do some functional workouts, but no actual routine and or set goal. And now, like I'm back to it this week, and I'm like, I really don't have like anything I want to like achieve other than just being like a little bit of a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be stronger. I know my strength is where it's pissing me off, and it's because like my strength was purely reliant on how much testosterone was running through my veins before.
Yeah.
Like there was one question I didn't post. I was doing them this morning, and they were asking like my best lifts ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my best lifts ever were all based on me taking gear and just lifting weights.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was able to bench 495 pounds just because I took steroids and genetically able to do those. No strength program.
Mm-hmm.
No clue what the fuck I was doing. I was just eating 3 Anadrol a day and taking a bunch of shit.
Oh, dude, that gave me goosebumps.
It's just thinking about it. Squats, deadlifts.
And Anadrol was wild.
I loved it. I did not like the drugs. Drugs are bad. But I remember doing squats one day. I remember eating an Anadrol before I went and eating 3. I ate 3 Anadrol before I went to the gym one time. That's a horrible idea. Not good. Like, science would tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, that's that part where I'm like, well, I just want to see what occurs. How much is too much? How far can I push the envelope? Literally, I think that like even you do that. You know what I mean? Like you want to find out how far you can push the envelope.
Yep.
And it's one of those things that you're like, well, the only way to know is to do. Well, they told me not to do it. Well, yeah, it's because it's not a good idea. It doesn't mean I don't want to know what it feels like. And that's the fucked up part of everything. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. Yeah. Squats. My best squat, 685. Best deadlift was 745.
Damn.
All purely based on, I mean, I trained every fucking day and lifted weights and knew what I was doing, but never like, hey, we're going to do my 1 rep max and then 75% at this weight and all that. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't have a power build.
I have no clue about that stuff.
Yeah.
Zero clue.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I do is just based purely on what I thought was a good idea.
That's pretty wild, like the strength you had just by really just doing volume work. That's pretty crazy.
Fucking nuts. Looking back at it, I bet you that I could have pulled 800 pounds if I was on a program.
Dude, an 8, 10, 12 week of just focusing on that, yeah.
And taking a bunch of shit. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I could have.
Yep.
I'd have pulled sumo.
Or
Turned gay.
No, that would have been just structuring the actual workouts differently would have put everything through the roof.
For sure. Yeah, and whenever I was thinking back at it all, and I'm like, the only reason I really wanted to bench 500, and the only reason I didn't was I did 495, 5 plates.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge deal. A few weeks later, I went back into the gym, and I was going to fucking throw down that day, and I was just warming up, and I popped my left pec. I had a slight tear. That's where that indentation that looks a little odd on my right side.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need surgery, but it was just a slight tear.
Yeah.
And that's why I have more of an indentation on my right pec than I do my left pec.
Mm-hmm.
Slight. And once that occurred, that was in college, eating 3 Anadrol a day. And I was like, never again.
No, not worth it.
Never again. I won't. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I want to be a bodybuilder. I don't want to be a power lifter.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I built, also being super thick,
Mm-hmm.
like having such crazy dense muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, good times.
Yeah.
And all them questions yesterday, I started just reminiscing, and I realized too that I have such a vast daily knowledge of bodybuilding information that should be on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Way more of it should be on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that I just think is normal, people have no clue about.
No.
Like it was all just based on the questions that were asked.
Mm-hmm.
Tons.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all knowledge that unless you lived it, you don't know it. You can go read whatever, and it's like you only retain so much of what you read and what you study.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But until you live it and like go through the shit, you can't.
Nope.
You can't know. You can't know.
I think that's a thing that's lost today, where everybody likes to say they know what the fuck they're doing or say they know what's going on until you're in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like them fucking really, really young guys that are motivational, like really young motivational. Like even there's like them fucking 8-year-olds. They're like saying motivational shit. God damn it, guys. You're 8. Like I know you just you did something and you're a great kid and you're doing good, but you don't even know what cocaine tastes like. You don't know what pussy looks like. You don't know how much fun titties are to play with. You don't even know you don't know shit. You never had your heart broken. You don't know anything. You haven't had somebody take all your fucking money. You never even got you didn't get your ass kicked yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. You don't have any of that. So how are you going to give life advice? You're just telling me do a good job. Well, what about the fucking dude that was living paycheck to paycheck that's feeding 4 kids that just lost his fucking job?
Mm-hmm.
What about that guy? You going to tell him to just fucking get going? that guy's in a rough spot.
Yeah.
Guy's in a rough spot.
Yep.
So it's like these young kids that are being motivational on the internet, it's like, great. I understand you need to be positive. That's a good thing. But also shut the fuck up, because you got to go live life and you go through some experiences to actually have a foundation of knowledge based on it. Mm-hmm. Like the only reason I feel that I can speak the way I do is because, motherfucker, I've been through some shit, and there's nothing that I'm not afraid to talk about or do.
Yeah.
I've done it all. You guys hear it on here, like me talk about drugs and steroids and life experiences, being a fucking single dad, my fucking ex-wife becoming a fucking drug addict, building a company, spending all your fucking money, having $100,000 contracts and fucking losing them in bodybuilding, literally talking shit about the coach that helped build me to realizing that was a bad idea, making every bad decision, and then understanding that you were wrong or that you made mistakes, and then building yourself from there. Mm-hmm. Like, how are you supposed to know what something feels like or tell somebody what to do with a scenario unless you lived through it? unless you can appreciate and respect that very scenario. Like, I haven't lost one of my parents yet. I haven't never lost one of my children. Like, they're still alive. Both my parents are still alive. I don't know what it's going to feel like to lose a parent. So whenever someone tells me about them losing a parent, it's like, God damn, dude. I literally tell them, I don't know what that feels like. But I can understand and I respect whatever you need to. And if you want to talk and just tell me about it, I'm here to listen. Like, that's what today people need to understand and people need to take into consideration, and not just spit out a bunch of bullshit or regurgitate information they hear on the internet. Like, you got to live it to have some original thought. You know what I mean? Like, the whole no problems, just work. Like, whenever we came up with that whole concept, and I was sitting there, I'm like, you were right there with me. Like, whenever, you know, my significant other at the time was fucking in a way that was just wreaking havoc on my life, putting my kids in fucking, in scenarios where their lives are threatened and they should not be in them. Bitch, all of a sudden you realize that, like, Monday ain't too much of a fucking problem. I wish Monday was my biggest worry, you know? And it's like, whenever we had that whole saying happen and we were pushing it and understanding, like, be a hardworking motherfucker. Like, you don't have problems, just more work to do. So Monday is just work. When you get to Sunday night scaries, it's fine. It's okay. It's normal. Go through the fucking feeling and wake up and then go stiff dick Monday. Make Monday your bitch. Oh, you're worried about a big meeting on Friday? Well, you should have the confidence and the knowledge and the confidence in yourself to walk in on fucking Friday morning and let everybody know that you know your shit and you're there to fucking kill shit. It's not a problem. It's just work. I got a really big job coming up. Great.
It's awesome.
That's fucking great. You know what's not great? Is the fucking family down the road that just found out their kid has terminal cancer is going to fucking die in the next 12 months. Like, that's a problem. Your fucking big job, that's money, motherfucker. Go make it. Go show everybody how good you are at your craft and make that job your bitch. You know, so it's like, and I think that people today need to make sure that they respect all of those scenarios, because whenever shit does go wrong or something does come up, it's like, God damn, that's rough. You need to have some fucking empathy, but you also can't be a bitch. It's this fine line that we run every day, you know, because that's why you're fortunate, you're blessed. You got 2 arms, 2 legs, a healthy body, healthy mind. Push the limits. See what you're capable of doing. Go achieve something great. You know, too many people, and that's why I get all fired up about them young guys. But I think you need to live to be able to have some perspective on life. Like, how are you supposed to tell somebody how you feel after an Ironman until you go do one?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to tell somebody what it feels like to lose? How are you supposed to have any compassion for somebody whenever they put their life into something that doesn't go their way? You can't unless you've been there. You know what I mean? Like, it's always great to win, but you got to know you have to know what it feels like to lose in order to understand how great winning is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get better at those things too. I mean, if every race I've done so far would have went the way I thought it was going to go, like, I would have not learned what I really needed to do to really legitimately start competing in that top 10, 5%, 2%, you know, on the circuit. You know, my last race, I shit the bed on my run. Like, I didn't calculate things right. Things went wrong. I was on pace to have a top 5 finish day. I think I am in a better position now for in 2 weeks to go after that. But I would have never learned that unless it was, you're not going to learn it during training. You're not. No. You're going to learn on the big day.
Nope. And that's something, I mean, I lived it, losing my first show in bodybuilding. I won. That's all I did. And everybody loves you when you're winning. Everybody does.
Yep.
Everybody loves you when you're winning. It's when you lose and you understand that, like, man, like, now you have to reevaluate your entire existence. Because if you're an athlete, that's all you have. And then you lose and you're like, fuck, what do I do? Well, you have to rebuild, bud. And the best way to do it is by being real with yourself, not real with the public. Fuck the public. Fuck everybody else. Because if you're an athlete and you lost in front of everybody, they're going to say a bunch of shit. Oh, you're not who you said you were. All these things. And trust me, everything that they're saying, I thought way worse about myself. And you have to reevaluate and you have to rebuild your entire psyche. and then come back and literally come back stronger, more ignorant, but have more perspective on that scenario. And that's something I didn't do a good job of in my career. And it's because everything, you know, I was winning and I was winning and I was winning, and then I lost. I'm like, oh my God, my life's over. It's not over, dickhead. You should have just reevaluated, and you should have rebuilt yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I often get caught up in the results versus like the progress I'm making, right?
Yeah.
And up until, I mean, I even mentioned to you the other day, like I could keep pursuing this and never get any further than what I am with placing, with getting a podium spot, with getting that pro card. Like those things could just maybe never happen for me. But unless you continue to try to like take what you learned and rebuild it and keep chasing it, you're not going to ever know. You know, it came down, and we've talked about how like you don't ever really get the feedback you want from your coach, or the feedback you think you deserve, or things like that. And I had some feedback from my coach the other day on like for this race. I'm 2 weeks out, and usually right now is when we start to taper things down, bring the volume down, start to recover. And she's not tapering me into this race. We're going to keep training full out into this race, because if you look at my shit, I perform better under like extreme strain. I just do. And her comment was, we're going to taper you like a pro, like the future pro that you are. And like that one message, dude, was like, she doesn't say things like that all the time. So when you feel that, dude, when you see that, you're like, holy fuck, like it is there. I am right there.
Yeah.
I am within that top 10. These other guys did do this, and they've been doing it 10 years longer than me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, man, like all the feelings I just got there, that like I just had 1,000 feelings rush through my body.
It's why you're training so hard. You just don't verbalize it.
No, sometimes you can't. There's really no way to put it into words.
And it's also terrifying to verbalize it.
It is.
Because
Extremely.
whenever you verbalize it and you say it, now you're putting yourself like under more pressure than you just were.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a tough thing to do, because I mean, now there's so many outlets for people to say things, all the different social media aspects.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like for me, whenever I was coming up, there was just the forums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just hung out. Even 10 years before that, there was no forums. You were just fucking saying anything. You weren't saying anything because nobody could hear you.
Yeah.
You might say it in an interview for a magazine. But you know, it's, what else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like if you don't go after something like this, or you don't go after something that you hold close to yourself, what are you gonna do? Like what else are you gonna do? If you don't do Ironmans, what are you gonna do? You're going to chase something else.
For sure.
And is it going to be healthy? Well, is Ironman's healthy? Yes and no. But then exactly what is the way of life to live? Like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, that's the purpose of everyone's life comes into question. Like, what's your purpose? Why are you here? Like, that's the age-old question that we all have for ourselves, is like, why are we here? And we don't really know that. That's why we all have anxiety. That's why we run ourselves into the ground. That's why we just beat ourselves up every single day, is because we don't know our purpose here. Whereas like, well, I know that I'm doing a pretty good job with my job, your career, owning a company, having a bunch of employees, doing cool things for the community with elegance. Like we're doing pretty cool stuff, but that still doesn't fulfill the void that you have in your life.
Right.
You're chasing Ironman through that. And then you're like, well, is that what I should be chasing? Or should I just be happy that I have all this?
Right.
I don't really know. We still are animals, and we still have a competitive kill in us. It's very apparent that people love motivational things, and they like feeling like savages. They love intensity. Whether you're a fucking vegan yelling at a carnivore or a fucking football player on the field, like you still love that intensity and that kill mode. We as human beings love that shit. We thrive on it. So why run from it? Just find out what you like and go after it. Because the cool thing about today is it's super inspiring.
Yeah.
Like pushing yourself like this, going from super overweight Bob to fucking Iron Man Bob to, like you're saying, potential pro, future pro. Like that's pretty intense shit there.
Dude.
And I was doing that at a very young age. You know, whenever you're young and everybody says you can be anything you want.
Yep.
Man, did I ride the fucking lightning on that one. I was like, I can be anything I want. And then like I just fucking didn't let it stop. You're doing it at a much later time in life. You're literally having a childhood thought process, creative, imaginative thought process at 35 years old, 36 years old.
I for sure am.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
So then why shouldn't other people have that as well?
Yeah.
It's that purpose in life that we search for. Like, what is your purpose? I don't know what my purpose is here. I just know I'm doing a pretty good job at what I'm doing here, and I'm experiencing things in life that I really want to go experience. Like the whole hunting aspect. Man, super cool. Really made me feel good. I don't want to do like light hunts, though. I want to do super intense stuff. I want to be like exhausted and then like do some wild shit, like hike up big mountains and go after like some of the toughest terrain in the entire world. Like, why is my head running so fucking hard so fast from it? Why don't you just hunt Western PA whitetail? Well, yeah, I can do that. I'm going to do that. But I also want to like start to challenge myself and look at some pretty extravagant shit. Because that's just how my mind works.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to think lightly, and I don't think anybody should think lightly. I don't think they should settle. I don't think they should settle for mediocrity. I think they should go after anything that they can imagine. Do some really incredible shit.
No, I mean, I watch people settle for things, and I don't. That's great for them. It's not where I want to be, though.
Why, if we're put here, because everybody's unique. You're not fucking special. You're unique. You were put here for a reason. We're here. It's already incredible that we're here on this earth. So if we're here, why would you not fucking give everything you can to what you're doing at that time? Why would you not do that? Please tell me why you would not do that. Like, that you're losing already if you don't do that. Whatever you're going to do, you should give it everything you can and see what happens. Because when you give something everything you are, something incredible is going to occur. You're going to feel some shit.
Yeah.
You do it every single morning. You do it every single day. And how incredible is it?
Nothing like it.
It's also brutal as fuck. So that means to tell me that if you half-assed your Ironman, it wouldn't be brutal as fuck and it wouldn't be changing your life. If you were just a mediocre at your job, that job's never going to change your life. You're never going to get improvement from that job because you're not giving it everything you are. And if you don't like it, then you need to find something you can go give it everything you can. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just wild fucking...
And like all those feelings and emotions, they all come full circle in everything then. You know, like mine is Ironman, yours was bodybuilding, but then it's those same feelings and emotions are put into our place of work. They're put into what we do outside of all of this at home. Like we put big time efforts in everywhere. I mean, I think I've said this on the podcast before, but it's like, I'm going to judge the shit out of how, like, what kind of person you are based on completing simple life tasks. Like, if you're half-assing, like, every part of your day, I'm like, you're probably half-assing the shit out of your job. And that's why you're not getting a promotion and why you're pissed at your boss that they're not acknowledging you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's a full cycle thing. Like, if you're not in that all the time, expect it to all not be in it all the time.
For sure.
You know?
And that is literally our mentality. That is what HWMF stands for.
Yep.
That's what that stands for. Give everything you are to every task of the day. Everything you are to every task of the day, and great things will occur. Everything. Whatever you're doing, best you can, not the best you can, the best you are at those tasks. Incredible things occur. It's true. We're living it. You know what I mean? Like other people are doing great things and it's wonderful. And it's every single fucking entrepreneur says it in their own way. Every single entrepreneur says, be a hardworking motherfucker in their own way. Some people just don't say motherfucker. We do. Because it works. Because that's who we are. Hardworking motherfucker. Everybody understands what that means. But once you live it, whole life changes. Whole life changes. I mean, I don't know. Even you know, there's a lot of people out there that might think it's too late. Like, you know what I mean? Late in life.
Yeah.
There might be people that don't know what to do. Like, oh, I'm 35. Oh, I'm 30. I'm past like my prime of 20s. But anybody that is just turning 30 and they're worried about what occurred, your 20s were full of bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't have no money in my 20s. I was just a bodybuilder, broke bodybuilder trying to make it. Even whenever we started these companies, we literally have built multiple multi-million-dollar companies from $2,200.
Yep.
That's what we started with.
Yep.
And not paying each other anything for a long time. But now whenever we're doing releases that are millions of dollars, it's like, so you two silly fuckers did that. Yeah, because we gave everything to it. And there were times whenever it didn't work out. And then we just said, okay, we got to keep doing this. Got to keep working. And I mean, we continue to do it. We're doing it with elegance right now. Same thing. Just spent fucking tens of thousands of dollars on the pit and upgrading equipment. Tens of thousands of dollars from a fucking gymnastics company that literally started out with 11 girls. 11 kids in the gym. 11 kids. Now there's 109 on the team. So we had 11 kids on the team, 109 kids on the fucking team. Bro, that's ludicrous. 300 kids in a rec program from fucking zero? Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Constantly leveling up and making sure that every single person that we bring in, bitch, if you don't want to give me everything that you are, get the fuck out. I don't want to be around people that just want to get through the day. I want to get around people that want to level up and then prove that they want to level up. That's the whole point of this. We do it to ourselves. How many fucking times do we challenge each other on a monthly basis with every release coming up and all the business? It's a bit fucking much. It's more than exhausting, but that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of life. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm the asshole. But I know that, like, if I didn't do what I did, I'd probably find trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean that the success that we have as a brand, it's not. I can't ever think that this should have came easy.
No,
there's no way.
No,
there's no way things of this magnitude just come easy, and there's no point where it will just all of a sudden be like, we're there, cruise control. No, that's when you start dying.
Yes.
That's when the brand starts dying. That's what you as a person start dying. Your team around you stops feeling that like need to just always try to impress or perfect or whatever it may be. As soon as you lose that edge, dude, it's already done. It's already done.
And yeah, no, it's true. And it's never too late for people in their life. Like,
no,
I got a ton of questions. I got questions from people for you name it, because the questions with me don't revolve just around one subject. It's multiple. It was from family, hunting, bodybuilding, drugs, food, you name it, they came across. And once I started posting the answers, like, it just got even more intense. And I couldn't sit there and go for another 3 hours going through and saving and doing all that. But I have a few more. But even like me having a son, like, the question was, like, did that change your perspective on life having a son? And I've said it in a couple of YouTube videos before, and I probably on here as well, but absolutely. You know, it's changed how I look at my entire life, because now I have to raise him to become a great man. Like, I don't want him to just grow up and do something great. I want him to grow up and be a great man. I want him to be a benefit to society and a benefit to another woman and building a family. Like, that's what I want for him. So it's like I need to make sure that I'm around for that. So even something as simple as that, like, if that's going to be your focus on being a father, if that's like someone's focus in life is like, well, they're like, well, I'm not really gifted athletically. Really not. I'm not breaking any records here. But then they're incredible at their craft of work, and they have a family and they want to be a great dad. Like, take that angle. Like, it's changed my life. And I'm like, so whenever I look at my kids and I look at my life now, I want to make sure I structure my life a little bit different, because I need to make sure that I'm present for him more often and make sure that he sees all of my actions and how I handle myself and how I handle scenarios. Not to be hunky-dory perfect. That's not what I'm saying, people. I'm not saying like I want him to see me and make sure that I'm an upstanding, perfect individual, 100% and everything's great. No, that's not how life works. Because greatness doesn't happen just because you're fucking nice to everybody or all that. You need to be intense. You need to push the fucking limits. You need to know that you are capable of some incredible shit and not always doing what science says or not always doing the norm. You have to be able to fucking go let loose. And those are things in life that I want to make sure my children see. And if that's something for someone else, they need to see it as well. They need to. Because if you always, it's like everybody told us we were stupid for doing what we did. Everybody told us it was dumb. My mom literally told me I was a fucking idiot. My mom doesn't swear. Quitting my job, Mom. You're a fucking idiot. I'm going to go back to bodybuilding. You're a fucking idiot. I love you too. It's going to work. I promise. I don't know if it is or not. But you got to push the limits. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, everybody, and I think people like that more than anything, is pushing the limits. I don't know, at least intense people. I don't know, everybody does, though.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
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 There's never not something like, I don't know. There's never not something I'm like wanting to go all in on. Like if I get something in my head, every guy does it though. It's not like just me. Every guy does it. Every single guy.
I get obsessed over everything.
Everybody does it.
So I buy everything. Like I buy like collecting things and like just pimping things out at the house. Like I go, it's either all in or I don't do anything with it at all. Like nothing.
Yep.
Kim hates it.
I like hunting gear.
Yeah.
I find it so cool. It's just incredible. I love the apparel. Like being able to utilize the apparel in the mountains the way we did, like how they designed it. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, these guys are they're geniuses. Because it's like fucking, it goes from 70, 75 during the day, 65 to 75 during the day to fucking 25 at night. I'm like, man, that's why they said the layers. No shit, I said.
Yeah. Right.
Quality, it's super cool. I enjoy it. Yeah. Oh no, I've been doing I was doing research on like hunting throughout the entire world. Mm-hmm. Not just in America.
Yeah.
America has a lot of really, really cool shit. Like tons of cool shit. Mm-hmm. Elk, moose in Alaska, North America. Let's say North America, because it's the other thing. Like hunting, it's not really like there's obviously boundaries and all that shit, but it's like I got so many people from Canada. So many people. Apparently we have a lot of fans in Canada.
Yeah, we do.
Like a fuckload.
Ton.
Shitload.
Yep.
And they were like, dude, you got to come fishing. You got to come hunting. You got to come fucking from anywhere from waterfowl, moose, bear, you name it. Mm-hmm. Ton of shit in Canada. But like, there's a lot of cool shit here. But then like, there are some really wild animals throughout the entire world. Mm-hmm. Like other continents have different animals that look nothing like ours. Mm-hmm. Like the greater kudu. You ever see a greater kudu?
I don't know what that is.
It's in Africa. Incredible animal. Would you like to see one?
I would like to see it.
The greater kudu. So Joel, Justine's husband.
Yeah. We
were talking last week. Or was it this week? No, it was last week. Before he went on before they went on their vacation. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about like doing wild hunts. It's like, what do you got on your bucket list? Because I just lived one. My bucket list was going out west. Now it's no longer bucket list stuff. It's just in my head now. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to go do it. It's made up. But this is the greater kudu.
Holy shit. Yeah. It's like a deer, goat, bear.
Yeah. It's like
a man bear pig.
Like a man bear pig with horns. Like curling horns. So
that thing's pretty wild.
They are wild. Yeah, dude, look at that fucking thing. So that's
holy shit.
Kudu standing alone. Watch the kudu with a hunter. So you get an idea of how big the fucking thing is.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Did you look one up?
No, I was watching through the cameras. Where's this from?
This is that Africa.
See,
Dude, that
that
thing
looks
is
like it's
gigantic.
satanic. That looks like it's from hell.
So
Like, what's the weight and size of that thing?
greater kudus are roughly, I think I saw anywhere like 450 to 700 pounds.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Like a giant deer.
Massive. Again, these are on different continents. I'm not super well versed on it all, but I'm equating it to a massive deer antelope,
Yeah.
like an antelope.
That's kind of what it looks like.
So then here is the next one, which is known as a Cape Eland. And a Cape Eland is monstrous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like it's from Earth.
Yeah, right?
No, they look prehistoric. They look
Alien-esque, prehistoric type shit.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know what I'd do if I saw that in person.
So
Fucking
again,
run.
my thing, I just want to go see one. I want to go get one.
Yeah.
They're big over in Africa. There are some fucking, like, look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Dude.
Yeah. Crazy shit. Yeah.
I didn't even know those existed.
I know, right? Joel and I were talking about them, and like the African safari thing's a big deal.
Mhm.
People go over there and hunt some really wild shit,
Mhm.
but like over there, like if I would do it, Zach has a ton of connections with like from the outfitting group, and the
Mhm.
people that he knows from there. They like vet a ton of world outfitters to make sure they're legit and not fucking shady. Because
Sure.
just like in anything, there's shady ones out there. But yeah, super wild. Like over there, big thing is conservation. Like people, you know how like all the like every animal rights activist, they all get worked up about everything. And he's like, dude, he's like, the public does not know about actual conservation, hunting conservation over in other countries. He's like, it is a wild space because he's like, they're third world countries.
Mhm.
He's like, they're not America. Like they'll fucking poach everything just to make money.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like back, like here in the olden days, whenever they would fucking run, they ran, you know, like they'd kill 1,000 buffalo just for their hides,
Mhm.
so they'd make money. Like that's how our buffalo population here decreased at such an astronomical rate years ago,
Mhm.
was because they just wanted to utilize they didn't want the meat, they just wanted the hide and the tusks. That was what they wanted.
Mhm.
It's bullshit.
Mhm.
But yeah, then after that, those ones, there's that, and then this is the other one. I would love to go to New Zealand and hunt a red stag, which is a red deer.
Yeah.
Now we have elk here.
Yep.
People travel. The red stag is over in New Zealand, and I believe they have them in Europe as well.
Mhm.
Pretty sure they do. I think that one of the largest red stags ever shot from a bow hunter was in France.
Yeah. I've seen those. They're
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
So
We had a friend go film a red stag hunt.
Oh, that's
down
right.
there. Yeah.
that's right down in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I want to experience it all.
I want to do a race down there.
In New Zealand.
Hmm.
So,
There's a big Ironman in New Zealand, and there's 2 big ones in Australia.
oh really?
Yeah.
I heard Australian hunting is also fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like up in the Northern Territory where Crocodile Dundee's from.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of that simply because of the critters.
Hmm.
There's a lot of shit that can kill you in Australia.
You know, there's not much that scares me about the water, but the water in Australia scares the shit out of me.
Bro, 100%.
Yeah, like that's legitimate shark-infested waters everywhere.
Wonder why Australia has so much bad shit.
I think it's like untouched. It's just unfucked with, kind of.
Or is it so fucked with that they just sent a bunch of bad shit there?
Or there's something with the yeah, right. Yeah, you fucking great whites, get down, stay south.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
what's down there? Why are there so many of them?
Yeah, dude, like I was watching, I don't know why I get hit with so many fucking shark videos.
Bro, right now, I'm massacred with them.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Like there was I'm part of this fucking Facebook group for my race in Ohio.
Yeah.
And like this guy posted this article that says sharks in Lake Erie. And I'm like, get out of here. And then I'm reading it and it was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
It was this whole joke,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
Fuck you.
I'm getting hammered with shark stuff
Right now, we watch a ton. I love animals. I love the outdoors.
Yeah.
We are watching a ton of Planet Earth and Nat Geo and stuff at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently right now there's like 10 days of Shark Week's coming up at the end of July.
Yeah.
But Nat Geo is running their version of like Shark Week. They're calling it like Shark Fest. And it's just, they got Lil Jon on there. Instead of shots, he's saying sharks, 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 sharks.
Nice.
All that shit. Yeah. And, but it's huge right now. So I think that like the summertime, Shark Week, Shark Fest, like.
Did you start prehistoric,
It's on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV.
dude,
Did you watch it?
We started it. We watched the first like 25 minutes and then I fell asleep.
Is it cool?
Dude, it's wild because they've recreated life, like prehistoric life, and they're showing you.
What do you mean?
But dude, it's planet Earth, like going out and documenting these wild animals in nature and showing you, but they're fucking dinosaurs.
Whoa. What do you mean? Like, you mean like it's Jurassic Park type stuff?
It's above that. It's way up from a quality and like a CGI perspective. Dude, it's you think it's real. Like they filmed this. It is the most mind-blowing thing. Like me and Kim were like bugging out a little bit. Like
A little
watching.
stoned up and freaking out.
Dude, I looked over, I was like, hey, that looks like a real
So it's
T-Rex
like
right there.
They went to New Zealand or like Lord of the Rings
There's somewhere where they went and documented these things.
and shot it all and put animals there.
Yeah. It is gonna blow your mind, dude. You have to get on it.
We went to watch it and then I didn't have Apple TV and I need to
Yeah.
get Apple TV to watch it.
You can get the Apple TV app on your smart TV.
Well, that's what it told me to do. And I'm like, okay, but
Yeah.
it was like 9:00 at night with the kids. We were just going to watch an episode because I was just going to buy it all. But then I was like, oh, it's Apple TV. So I got to do it all.
It's worth doing it.
No shit.
Dude. Anyone listening, you have to watch this.
I'm so
fucking
excited.
thing. Like it's amazing. Like and then I start to question certain things. I'm like, how the fuck do they know like this is how this went down?
Yeah,
These giant like brontosaurus looking like dinosaurs that are only aquatic, that are like underwater and like, dude, it's mind blowing.
So, I mean, all right, we're nearing the end of the podcast.
Mhm.
Do you think that dinosaurs roamed the earth like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think that the earth is, how many years old did they say the earth is?
I don't fucking know.
Over billions of years?
4.2 billion years.
So you think the earth is 4.2 billion years old? That's some wild shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
I mean, I think things are so old, there's just no way of really telling certain things. Like, I know Joe Rogan recently posted that, like, they found, like, human like, skulls and bones.
Oh, yeah.
That dated back thousands of years.
Hundreds of
before-
thousands.
Yeah, before we thought mankind came about.
Yeah.
So, like, dude, it's so ancient, and the terrain and life and climate has changed so much. Like, yeah, dude, I mean,
Yeah.
things are going to continue to keep popping up.
So that's what I mean. Like, we have just evolved into what we are today, and people are saying that we ruined the planet. However, I mean, if we continue at this rate for, say, another 2,000 years, say we continue at this rate, human beings, for another 2,000 years, we'll kill ourselves off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's inevitable. Look at the state of turmoil that we're in as a human society, like with each other,
Mhm.
and we hate each other this much. Like, it's so divided.
Mhm.
Like killing each other is only like years away.
Mhm.
We've been doing it since we've existed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's never stopped. Just because we have guns doesn't mean that like we kill more. We killed a ton without guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just wild on how it occurs. So I think within the next, say, another 2,000 years, like, shit could be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And then just like anything, like,
I mean,
guys off,
new
kills
species are popping up.
who would have ever thought, like, at that time, like, if you saw a Tyrannosaurus Rex roaming the earth, that they'd never not run everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like they showed them swimming.
What?
Yeah. T-Rex swimming. Like distances, dude. Like big distances.
Like Godzilla.
Bro, it's wild.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
I never would have thought that.
Yeah, me neither. They open up with that. I'm like, holy shit.
They open up with the T-Rex swimming?
They dove right into the T-Rex.
They just broke all kind of rules.
Yeah. I was pumped too, like the dude that narrates like the Planet Earth stuff.
David Attenborough.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen him. And like he comes on the screen in the beginning.
Nice.
I'm like, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
I was like, I didn't know what he looked like. I was like,
Huge fan.
he looks exactly like he sounds. And
Gray hair?
Yeah, gray hair just has this like, he looks like how he'd be at a museum just telling you about everything.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
He's probably one of the, I don't know how to say this. Like, people are more of a fan of him
Mhm.
without seeing him than anybody they've never not seen but heard.
Yeah.
He's number one.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Yeah.
Yep. Like his voice, like Morgan Freeman,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have to see any of them to just be amazed at what they do, you know? Yeah, but it really, really fucking cool show.
But the dinosaur thing's a big deal. SJ loves dinosaurs. Like, the girls didn't. SJ has a triceratops that he carries around and he'll sleep with here and there. Like, take naps with and shit.
Yeah.
Like, really, it's hard.
Yeah, it's not a
Hard.
stuffed animal.
No.
It's
And he
fucking,
sleeps with it. And I'm like, man, this is fucked up.
fucking boys.
Yeah. But loves dinosaurs, so that's why we want to do it. But I'm like, man, like, just thinking about it. They're like 75 million years ago, this dinosaur roamed the earth. And it's like, we're so, like, just accepting of that.
Mm-hmm.
75 million fucking years ago, this is what occurred, or 100. They're like, during the, whatever period, 185 million years ago. Think of that.
Mm-hmm.
So these two animals were 100 million years apart. And we're just accepting of the 100 million fucking years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They've roamed the earth for that fucking long?
dude, there was some, they dove into like a lot of like bird type prehistoric animals. That's what really blew my mind.
Oh, really?
Like the flying
This
creature.
is 25 minutes.
Dude, yeah. Dude, bro, there was so much in the first 25 minutes. It's unreal.
Fucked you up.
That and like these 2,000 to 3,000 pound sea turtles. Dude, like I'm talking turtles
What?
as big as this fucking room.
What?
Yeah. Like they're coming up on these beaches and like there's a T-Rex right there. And like just the perspective and size, like these turtles are almost as big as these fucking T-Rexes. Like it's mind blowing. And like T-Rex used to flip over these giant dead sea turtles and like eat their bellies out.
Do we have shells of these, like fossils of these huge turtles?
There has to be, because of just the sheer documentation and accuracy they had with like portraying these creatures. Like it was, bro, I'm telling you, like
That was my question, was like, but again, here you go, like documentation and having shells of all this shit. Bro, we're talking 100 million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited to find fucking on the heads of Easter Island turned out to have bodies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we're pumped about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking 10,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
You know, the city of Goblet, or what is that? The Gobleteki?
Oh,
That what's his name? Did you ever read about that?
I don't know.
Graham Allen, I think is his name. He was on Joe Rogan, and they did this whole thing on Gobleteki. It's like the oldest, most I don't want to say intelligent. I'm getting a little overwhelmed with it, but it's an ancient city that they found that they're saying like that was their first time of like intelligent civilization, like overabundance of intelligence or some shit like that.
Yeah.
For lack of better terms right now. But yeah, that was 10,000 years ago.
I think I know what you're talking about. Isn't it a civilization that had like technology that we haven't even
Advanced
reached
technology, yeah. Advanced.
Mm.
I don't know how I didn't think of those two fucking words together. Bro science.
Broed it.
Bro science up here. We're talking about scientists, guys that actually like study fucking ancient civilizations. But dude, it will melt your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That podcast with that guy is awesome. I'll make sure I'll send it to you. But things like that, that's 10,000 years ago that we're digging up and they're finding. If we're trying to find that from 10,000 years ago, where's 100 million years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like, were we actually Pangea? You believe that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm referring to?
Are you talking about people with the big heads?
No.
Wait.
Pangea is whenever
One-
the entire
One
fucking
continent.
we were all one continent. You
Oh.
know how like everything looks like it kind of fits together,
Mm-hmm.
and then it like slowly broke apart and moved away from each other. From
Yeah.
the plates. Like that's a fucking.
We need to get somebody on here that's a paleontologist, and we need to spend at least 2 to 3 hours talking to them about this.
It'll be a 12-hour conversation.
And we can just get, at least for me, get hammered and listen.
I have
'cause
so
that'd
many
be great.
dumb questions for him.
So that's the thing. Like you know how you'll get these, and there's a lot of just overwhelming fucking information, like on Joe Rogan and stuff. But like you said, I have like dumb questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I think the regular Americans have a lot of dumb questions that they would love to know that I don't know if there's an answer to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask things that they're like, okay, like we would never know that.
Yeah, you'd never know that.
We would never know.
Yeah. I mean, the whole dinosaur thing fucking weirds me out.
Bro, this show is gonna weird you the fuck out. It looks real.
I
It
love
looks like
dinosaurs.
they're there. Like it looks like they're hidden.
Huge
Like
Jurassic
they're
Park
in like a
fan.
blind and they're like filming.
Yeah.
It looks like that. It does not look like Jurassic Park.
But I love dinosaurs.
You're gonna.
That's what I
love,
mean. Like, love that concept.
You're gonna love
They're
this.
like, it's almost crazy that like whenever we talk about like a dinosaur or something like that, we're referring to it as if like, yes, no matter, like, yeah, it's a dinosaur. Like, meanwhile, if we saw a fucking dinosaur in real life, like if we saw a dinosaur, holy fuck.
Oh my god. I saw a bear the other day and I freaked the fuck out. I turned the corner on our street. I'm like, that's a fucking bear.
Large bear with cubs.
That's near my home. That is a red flag for me. I warned the whole plan.
Whole plan?
I sent a huge email out.
There is a bear.
I feel like such a dad.
Bro, well, I mean, whenever like they were small cubs,
Yeah, they were. Like,
So that
dude,
means-
they were like,
little tiny dog cubs.
yeah, they could barely walk.
Yeah, so that means that mom is super protective. She'll eat your ass.
Yeah.
She will fuck you up.
Yep. Yeah. All
Lady walking her dog,
Dude, all
dog
the-
barking.
the mums walk that road every morning.
Yeah.
Every single morning. I almost hit them every morning.
I think it's so fascinating. I think it's just incredible.
Life.
Jeff Goldblum, life always finds a way.
Love that
I
guy.
fucking, he's a Pittsburgh guy.
He is.
Yeah.
I just found that out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
I knew I moved here for a reason.
Big Jeff. That dude definitely fucking slayed pussy.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely the guy that you would never leave your significant other around, male
Mm.
or female.
Never.
He'll take them both out.
Yep.
Think of him back in the 80s or the early 90s. Fucking stud. Tall,
Yeah.
lanky
I
bastard.
mean, him in Jurassic Park, the first one, like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he was just playing himself. I don't think that was a character.
that's him.
Yeah.
That's 100% him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never leave my significant other alone with him at a party.
No, he got like better looking with age.
Really?
Yeah, I think like just the gray hair now and like
He's in the new Jurassic World. I need to go see it.
heard that.
Yeah. I got to go see it. Mike said he's good in the film.
He made an appearance in Thor Ragnarok.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, played a good role, I thought. Also, I thought played himself. Yeah.
Slaying pussy.
Yeah.
Being tall.
Yep. He was known as a sex symbol in the movie.
Get the fuck out of here.
100%.
He must have a huge dick then.
For sure.
There's no way you can be portrayed as something like that in a movie with not having a big dick.
Yeah.
Everybody has to know you like your hammer cock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like it's part of the casting. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Everybody's like, fuck, here comes fucking Jeff. Big swing.
Yep.
Let's go. Yep. Sex symbol. He knows it. He's walking around. Yep.
Oh,
Wonder what that's like.
I know. I'll keep dreaming.
I fucking love it. Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, as always, I appreciate you listening. We appreciate everything. The support with all the companies, they were great. Everything's been fucking... Our release went fucking nuts. Got a ton of new shit planned. Great stuff. Other than that, keep being good motherfuckers. And do not forget to get your electrolytes. I feel like quite the bit of an asshole for realizing how important they are into my training late into my life, but fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
Everybody, have a good day. Keep being good motherfuckers, and don't half-ass a fucking thing.